You would have seen yesterday's performance by Jeffrey Vandersay. I'm going to talk about why this is not a strange phenomenon for Sri Lanka and why Sri Lanka has a habit of actually creating cricketers like these. Hello friends, welcome to the Indian Psychologist. I'm Dr. Jithendra. Right from the days of Arjuna Ranatunga, we have seen things about Sri Lanka that stand apart from the rest of the world. The way they play their cricket and the way they see their success and failures. And also, most importantly, their knack of producing cricketers who are so different from other people but are so successful. As a psychologist, I've always believed that it's not only important for us to study the psychology of an individual, but it is also important for us to study the psychology of entire nations. We do have a separate field for that called anthropology, where we study about cultures, but it just goes more than that. And if we focus on the psychological aspects of a culture, we'll be able to understand what are the things that make their culture successful and also fail at certain points of time. Now, taking cricket as a clue to understand the psychology of Sri Lanka and the people of Sri Lanka, we can find out a few core elements about their psyche so that we can not only understand the way they live their lives, but also how our choices both create successes and failures. Now, how many people would have known about Jeffrey Vandersay before yesterday's match? I hope few Sri Lankans would have, but most of the world would not have known about him. I've always observed that a Sri Lankan player, when he starts his career, is way different from other people from all around the world. I'll tell you why. When nobody knows about Jeffrey Vandersay, I still believe that he himself would have had great belief in himself and the players who selected him. I mean, the support staff who selected him, the coach who selected him, the cricket board which selected him, would have had supreme confidence in him about his performance. I'm not sure that this is the same across the world, and I'll tell you why. It's not about 6 wickets that he took, but it is about the wicket of Dubey that he took. Everyone around the world after the IPL 2024 thinks that Dubey can hit any spinner off the ground. But Sri Lanka bowled Jeffrey Vandersay against Dubey, especially when Vandersay was a leg spinner. Why does that make a difference? Because you don't trust a young player like that with such a big role, such a big risk, but Sri Lankans would. And this is the way they live their life. I'll give you a few points and you can think about it and you can tell me in the comments if you agree with me or disagree with me. One, Sri Lankans believe that on any particular given day, anybody can be victorious. It does not matter how well you've performed in the past or what has happened to you or your country in the past. It is still possible for you to rise on any day. I believe that most Sri Lankans live their life like this. This is why not only with Vandersay, but if you go throughout the history, Sri Lanka has always produced talents which don't look like great talents at the beginning because they don't confine to the norm. You take Muttiah Muralidharan or Malinga or many other players who from the offset would not look like such a great bowler or such a great player to begin with because they don't confine to a norm, but they still believe in them. This brings us to the second point, which is that I believe, I've not taken a Big Five personality with Sri Lankans, but if we take a Big Five personality test with Sri Lankans, I think as a culture, they would perform high on the scale of openness because I believe that their openness to new experiences, new kinds of way of life are much higher compared to most people around the world. And the speed of adaptation to new things seems to be a bit higher than usual from people around the world. 3 is ignoring the past when it comes to performance. Because if you look at the Sri Lankan cricket team, they have been in such bad form lately. But you would not see them play with that memory in mind. Sri Lanka has had humiliating defeats against India in the recent past, and I believe that most players should be sweating when they actually come up to the crease, but it does not seem like that. And most commentators and cricket experts would feel that these people are playing bad strokes and are playing without fear and actually without responsibility. But I don't believe that is the case. I believe that this is the way the Sri Lankan players and the Sri Lankan population as a whole approach life. You know your skill, you know your talents, but on any given day, you can fail. But it does not matter if you have failed 1,000 times in the past, you will play with the same level of confidence and with your same intuition when it comes to playing that single delivery. But do I believe that Sri Lankans are always meritocratic and they always pick the best 11 players from their entire population? No. There will be favorability and politics like it always is in sport or in any other walk of life. I'm not saying that they are perfect, but it is this belief that on any given day I'll be able to perform and I should not be worrying about my past is what makes a difference. Since Australia has won so many World Cups and India has won 2 World Cups, we might be ignoring the impact Sri Lanka has had on world cricket and having been a late entrant to the world of Test cricket. But if you look at it, Sri Lanka has been to more finals than many other teams, maybe not in a victorious way, but how are they able to give themselves a chance like this? This is because of the fact that they don't have the baggage of memories, like Virendra Sehwag. I believe these three unique things is what signifies Sri Lankan cricket team and also them as a nation. One is resilience, two is openness to experience, and three is that I don't care about my memory. I will play like myself on any given day. If you are a Sri Lankan, do you believe in what I'm saying? Please do comment. And if you are a neutral observer, please share your views as well because we can collectively learn from each other. Thanks for watching this video and have a great time.